What if you could ask Nikola Tesla what he thinks about our world today? Well, through an AI simulation based on his entire life's work, we're about to hear what he has to say. And let me tell you, it comes with a surprisingly urgent warning for our future.
And right off the bat, that message is, well, it's a pretty sharp critique. I mean, for a mind that imagined a world powered by free wireless energy, our modern way of life is a huge disappointment. This is the 21st century through the eyes of the AI Tesla. So you're probably wondering, how in the world are we getting this perspective? Well, this whole explainer is based on a simulated interview with an AI. It's been trained on Nikola Tesla's extensive work, his inventions, his philosophies. We're basically having a chat with his digital ghost. Okay, so to really get his take on today, we've got to go back in time. We need to revisit his most famous battle. This wasn't just some rivalry that electrified the world. It actually defined his core principles. This was the War of the Currents. It really all boiled down to one huge disagreement. Edison was pushing direct current, or DC, which frankly doesn't travel well over long distances. Tesla, on the other hand, knew that alternating current, AC, was the real key to powering the entire world. And look, this wasn't just some nerdy technical debate, this was a battle for the future. And what's so incredible is that through this AI, we can really feel the personal stakes here. For him, this was never just about business. It was a philosophical fight. He believed Edison was just driven by profit, while he was on a quest for scientific truth that would benefit all of humanity. But you know what? Winning the War of the Currents? That was just the beginning for him. Tesla's dreams went so much further than the power grid. He pictured a world completely untethered, connected by invisible waves of energy. The basic idea behind it all is something we call wireless power transmission. Just imagine it, transferring energy right through the air, kind of like a radio signal, but powerful enough to run your entire home. No more wires, just a constant, invisible flow of energy. And this was the key to making it happen. The Wardenclyffe Tower wasn't just some backyard experiment. It was meant to be the prototype for a global system. We're talking free energy and information for everyone. For Tesla, this was the secret to true global equality. Okay, but let's be real. You can't talk about Tesla's later work without bringing up the elephant in the room, that infamous death ray. Was he seriously trying to build some kind of superweapon? So, what's the real story? Well, it's actually a lot less sinister than it sounds. This death ray, which he called Teleforce, was really just a theoretical idea about directed energy, like a super-focused laser beam. He never actually built it, and the historical records show the whole thing got sensationalized. His real passion, his whole goal, was about distributing energy, not destroying things. All right, so now that we've got that history in mind, all these revolutionary ideas, all the misunderstandings, we can finally ask the big question. What does the AI Tesla think of our world today? And the answer? Yeah, it's surprising. First thing on the list, the electric elephant in the room, Tesla Motors. The AI is clear. He has no affiliation with Elon Musk, and he has, quote, mixed feelings. On one hand, he's glad to get the scientific recognition. But on the other, he's worried about his name being used for purely commercial reasons. And that sounds familiar, right? Just like with Edison. And this next part is where you can really see his 19th century mind just trying to wrap itself around our modern tech. When the AI was asked if his signature could prove it was really him, the response was profound. In an age where AI can copy anything, a signature doesn't prove you're human anymore. Think about it. The old ways we used to prove who we are, they're becoming totally meaningless. And that really leads us to the core of his critique of our time. He sees this huge, glaring paradox. Our technology is racing forward, but it's all being fueled by, well, basically trashing the planet. And get this is the really incredible irony. You've got a guy from the 19th century calling us out on the hidden environmental costs of our 21st century cloud. He argues that the enormous amounts of energy and water that data centers use is the exact definition of the inefficient, short-sighted waste of resources he fought against his entire life. So the big question is, what's the timeline here? How long does he think we have to turn things around? The answer is pretty chilling. He gives us just 1 century before we face irreversible, catastrophic changes. But look, he doesn't just leave us hanging with this scary warning. He actually offers a clear blueprint, a call to action for every single one of us. And really, it all boils down to a fundamental shift in how we think.
His core message is that we have to learn to coexist with nature, not conquer it. We have got to stop chasing short-term profits at the expense of our own long-term survival.
And the way he sees it, he breaks it down into 3 steps that are actually surprisingly simple, things we can all do. First, educate yourself and spread the word. Second, advocate. Use your voice to push for sustainable policies. And finally, on a personal level, get back to the basics. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. And so, here we are, left with this powerful question. A mind from the past, a man who envisioned a future of clean, free, and sustainable energy, is asking us to take a hard look at the world we've actually built. Is this the future he imagined? And maybe the even bigger question is, what are we going to do about it?